Good afternoon, good morning, or good evening, everyone. Welcome to a very special Let's Play with PlayisM, bringing you a sneak peek at our upcoming PlayStation 4 and soon PlayStation Vita title, Croixleur Sigma. Joining you today, of course, is going to be the one, the only, the intrepid PlayismBryan. What I'm going to be doing today is that I'm going to take you through the game, showing you some of the new features, some of the new characters, and more importantly, some of the amazing gameplay. I won't get too much into the story itself because it's a very diverse and very long history that has to deal with class warfare, friendships, I think ghosts, and other such things. But we'll mostly be focusing today on what the game looks like. So, starting up Croixleur, you'll notice my background is a little different from everyone else's background the first time loading up the game. That's because I've unlocked every character. How can you do that? Practice. Of course, we have the tutorial, equipment, being able to buy different accessories. That is a big difference between the PC version and this new PlayStation 4 version. Records, that you can view how you look throughout the various items. Let's just take a quick jump in there to see what we mean. So, your total playtime, mode count, etc., etc. These coins are going to be a big one. We're going to get to those in just 1 second. And of course, the longest time lasted in survival mode. Survival mode is a non-stop beatdown, which we will be looking at a later video. Rankings, this is another great one for the PlayStation. This will show you how you're doing for all the story modes, how you're doing in dungeon mode, extra mode. This is something that you'll be able to lord over your friends with the online rankings. But of course, we are not on the internet because there's no Wi-Fi in this room. So keep that in mind and be sure to figure out who you are best with of the 4 girls, and be sure to lord it over your friends when you get that chance. Now, we could go through all of these other things. The collection is primarily where you can read more about the backstory. If you're not really certain what's going on in Croixleur, this is a chance where over time, extra story bits will be unlocked that give you a better idea about what's happening. Everything from the history of the city, Irans, all the way down to the different characters themselves. Now you'll notice I have small, itty-bitty little things not yet unlocked. That's because I've unlocked the characters. I haven't beat the game entirely. I know, I suck. Now, before we jump into the game, very quickly, this is what I want to show off today is the equipment especially. This is the big difference from the previous game to the current. What you can do is, as you move on, you're able to use coins to afford new equipment that you can put on all of the girls. Each and every one of the pieces of equipment will improve your battle in some case. For example, the brown glasses, which you can see will add dash invincibility time up. No, not dash invisibility, that would be dreadful. Red glasses is a medium-sized dash invincibility time up. Why is that word so hard? I don't understand the English language, despite having spoke it for over 20 years. And of course, the swirly glasses, the mana burst. We're actually going to take a look at the mana burst in a later video when we do a little bit more of the complex combat with one of the other girls. But as you can see, I've unlocked 4 accessory slots, which means I can put on a variety of things to make my character not only a super kawaii, but also add in their combat. You'll see here the headphones will steadily recover the latest damage. So if you got smacked around but then can get away from it, your hit points will slowly recover from it. If you put on these cat ears, of course you become a Nekotan. You just heard Lucrezia Nyan. And item absorption range up. That means that she will draw in things such as coins and bandages, which recover your hit points at a much greater distance. Just for the sake of showing you how things look, we're going to go ahead and go to this gentleman's hair. Automatic mana burst upon continuous damage. Of course, meaning that if you're getting your ass handed to you, you will throw out a mana burst to save yourself. Let's purchase this. Ba-dong. Buy this. Yes. And let's go ahead and equip it. And now, that's terrible. Now she's got a mustache. So, if that's your thing, you can do that. But I'm not going to do that. Me personally, I'm going to go ahead and throw on an adorable crown. And maybe a cattail. Where's that cattail? There it is. If you ever want to just have an idea about what some of these things look like, you can unequip them. And even if you haven't bought them, you can test them out with triangle to see kind of what your characters look like. It's adorable. It really helps out. And someday you're going to want to unlock all of these. Oh, Sarah Annika, as you can see, I've already decked out with a few different things. Lucrezia's got the gold crown. Francesca has not equipped anything just yet. And Katarina is looking straight baller. So, Let's go ahead and jump into the game very quickly, shall we? 5 different modes that you can choose from between story mode, score attack mode, exactly what it sounds like, survival mode, how long can you keep alive, challenge mode. These are going to be a variety of short tasks that you can get into. These will unlock trophies. So for you PlayStation trophy hunters out there, this is where you're going to be spending a lot of time. And of course, training mode. If you feel like you could be doing better, or if it's your first time in the game, absolutely dive into training mode and figure out what that is all about. Today we're going to be starting with story mode. And we're going to be doing the most basic mode, which is of course with Lucrezia. Lucrezia is a great character for starting out with. She is the most well-rounded, she has the most unlockable number of weapons, and of course, she kicks ass. So, you'll notice here that we have a circle of weapons. When you first start out, the only one that you're going to be able to use is of course the fulcrum. But as you go on, throughout battle, you'll be unlocking other weapons. We'll take a look at that with Francesca, who I've purposely not fought with so that she'll have a chance to do that. Let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and pick... I really like the Berserker. I definitely want to have the Warhead because it's a beat stick, the Genesis, and the Blade of 1,000 Nights, because if there was anything that sounds dark and ominous, it's a Blade of 1,000 Nights. You can actually save some of your favorite equipment so that way if you ever just want to get right into it, you can do a weapon preset. I've saved this to my preset 1, so that in the future I know exactly what I'm going to be using to deliver some sweet beating justice. Let's get into it. Now, of course, there is a lot of this game that is voiced completely in Japanese. It is gorgeous, and it adds to the anime element that goes into this game. We're not going to watch the whole story, but I did just want to hear a little bit of the voiceover. Oh, that's nice. That is really nice. That's one thing that I really like about Croixleur, is that it feels like an anime. From the way that it performs, the graphics, the sounds, and actually the storyline and the way the characters interact later, I think you'll see what I mean. But let's move forward a little bit. Who is there, Lucrezia? Oh! It's your old friend Fran! And she's accusing you of fooling around. For some reason, the blonde-haired, short-haired girl feels that the long-haired, pink-haired girl is acting inappropriately and not seriously. Alright, let's get into this. You two can finish your lover squirrel at a later date, and people at home would be more than happy to experience that storyline onto their own. So, circle button, of course, is your weapon attack normally. Mash that together and start chaining things together. X, jump around, jump up, and get down. Square is dash. Dash does use a little bit of your MP down in the corner, as you can see. And triangle is your special attack. That is what the Berserker does. Now, if you want to change your special attack, all you have to do is hold down L1 and push one of the other weapons. So if I hold down L1 and press X, I change weapons and do the special attack of the giant mace thing whose name I've already forgotten. Blade of 1,000 Nights, can't forget that. Hold down L1, triangle. Ka-chong! Love it. And of course, the last one with Genesis. These are by no means the only 4 ways that the attacks look. They are varied and they go from range to damage to shields. It's fantastic. Let's switch back to the Berserker real quick. Now, the last and most important thing, and this is a big change from the previous game, is the special attack. You'll see that there are 2 Croixleur Sigma symbols underneath the MP gauge. If I press down on the touchpad, we go full nuts. You have a limited number of those, but that actually recharges by the money gauge that's on the right side of your status panel. What did the teacher say? Teacher said that maybe we should make sure that the Do Not Disturb sign is more prominently displayed on the meeting room door. Now, right away these goblins start appearing, and you are in luck because on stage 1 they are only green. These colors will change as you move forward. The first wave is relatively short and easy to deal with. I couldn't even finish that sentence. You're going to want to pick up these coins as you go. Even if you don't succeed, they add to your cumulative total at the end. So, On the off chance that you do get completely and mercilessly beat, don't worry, just pick up that loot, and you'll use it to buy more equipment later. Oh, here we have a mage. And a fly guy. I love the fly guys. You jump up and you hit him. Where'd that lightning come from? That came from the mage. The mages will absolutely become the bane of your existence as you move forward, because there's nothing quite like a group of people lightning striking you from across the room that you can't even see. Now, if you're somebody who really wants to manipulate the camera, go ahead and use the R3 stick, and you can go ahead and change from a variety of perspectives. This is also good when you're zipping around the room at light speed, but by all means, do not use this as your only source. Lucrezia does have dividing branches as she moves forward, getting up to D3 instead of D4. It's very small changes. Basically, the number of enemies that spawn will be different. The number of coins, I don't believe will change. But if you're a completionist like me, you want to run through it at least 3 or 4 times to make sure you see all the branching paths as they evolve. My God. Do not think for a minute that it is this easy. Oh, stage Nirvana. Here we go. It's pretty creepy. I know. Nah, I don't think that's true. I bet there's nothing here whatsoever. See? Just a normal guy. Normal guys doing normal things. Throwing lightning. You know how it goes. Alright. My God, I feel like I could take a nap right now. This is so soothing. Could it be because we're in Nirvana? Oh my God. And now we've reached our first big beatdown enemy. Now, this little guy will hit you with his club as hard as he can if you give him the opportunity to. Or he will dash you. Oh, look at that. I had to hit him a few times. He didn't go down. Change weapons. And finish it off with a mortar. Oh, damn it. Finish it. There it is. Hey, get back here, I'm hitting you. And the larger enemies will drop these delicious gold coins. Gold coins will fill up your coin meter faster, and they are a different currency than the silver coins. So if you're looking to unlock specific equipment, that's where it's going to be at. Ah, dang. And you know what, let's just end this. Good night, everybody. La 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 la. Normally you want to use these attacks for the big bosses, but in this case, it clears the room quickly. Alright, so that's an initial first look at Croixleur Sigma. I think that everybody is probably good, well, and hyped now. Join us for our next video that will be coming up probably within another day or so as we take a look at a different facet of the game. Thank you so much for stopping in for this PlayisM Let's Play of Croixleur Sigma. I'm PlayismBryan, and no matter where you go, everywhere you play, make sure the game is for you.